Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Black Legend with me, Bring It On. I have a couple of quests to turn in.
My thirst, finally quenched. So much better. Thank you, stranger. If your desire to please is not yet sated, perhaps another favor could aid in that endeavor. If your desire to please is not yet sated, perhaps another favor could aid in that endeavor. If you could dig it up for me, reunite us, it would please me dearly. It is buried quite deep, and you lack a hound's paws. A tool for digging would best suit you.
Dig up the missing keepsake in the church district graveyard behind St. Nicholas Church. Yeah, that's weird. One of those lines was only half voiced. So the quest at Wedding in White, where I had to catalyze all humors on 4 male mad mercenaries, took me far longer than it should have. I had to fight 4 groups. Because the first group of mad mercenaries I found was all female. The second group had 1 male in it, and I put bleeding on him, and he ran himself to death, so I didn't get to catalyze all the humors. And then it took 2 more fights to actually catalyze the 4 mad mercenaries that I had to.
You've brought us body and soul. We have decided we do not want an artificial new one. This body, this soul, they will make us real again, and with new forms, we shall claim you as our new one. We, the White Wives, take you to be our loved one, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death us do part.
Alright, that's what I figured. The way she was talking, I'm like, we're gonna enter combat. But then it didn't. I was getting a little concerned. Alright, Ennis, you stand right there. Something like this will do, I think. Alright, let's stab her in the back. Oh, I gave Martin some merchant scales as well, so he applies the opposite humors. So if I put yellow on this white wife here, it also applied black, which I'm going to do, actually. And move him on back. Then hit her with the throwing knife, which also put white on her. So that's nice. My catalyzing shot will move her back a little bit and potentially kill a neck. That was close. That was that was really easy. I come over here and I guess finish off a neck. Alright, plate breaker. Oh yeah, I have the flamberge equipped now, my main character here. Because he mastered the greatsword and the claymore abilities. So he's now using plate breaker, a powerful stab that deals more damage against heavily armored opponents. Deals damage to the target, applies Negredo, and damage increase for every 25 HP the target has. It's actually really powerful. I one-shotted a one of the mad mercenaries with it by accident. I didn't want to, obviously. I was trying to apply stacks for the quest, but didn't pan out that way. So rusted hand scythe and a dress. I'm assuming the scythe is a trinket, actually. Do 100% more damage to targets who have at least one stack of each humor on them. I mean, that's pretty good. 100% more damage. Yeah, we're going to swap that out for this. And then she doesn't need this anymore, because this doesn't do anything for us. So I'll put Iron Atom on her instead, and... I wanted to show off, I put the merchant scales on Martin here. Alright, well, let us pursue this other side quest. Go find this guy's missing keepsake. I feel like I'm approaching the end of the game. So I feel like the brewery is going to be the final area for us to clear out. Let's avoid this. Where's the well at? I think it's right here. No, it's right there. I'm gonna take this to the graveyard district. And the church thing is right here to the left. Or across the way here. Oh, I did recruit 2 more mercenaries off camera as well. As I was running around trying to find mad mercenaries, I found a couple of mercenaries just standing around, so I gave them what they wanted. I think one wanted balancing pellets, the other one wanted a vitriol. And that was that. So I don't think this is the actual church. Oh, in the church district graveyard, never mind. I thought I said the graveyard district church. Read that a little backwards. It's alright, this should just be a hop and a skip. Is there a well in the church district? Perfect. Though I don't know... Alright, so I should be back here. I prefer to just pop up in this well. Oh well. Oh well. Let's go and fight these guys. Take care of this loser first, the sharpshooter. Wow, she's barely doing any damage to Aeneas. Hey, the flame bridge also gives me a passive. That is the showcase. His turn is still going and then my turn starts. I don't know what he's doing. But I don't like it. Let's go and seize this guy. Ooh. That was hard hitting. Alright, let's cut this guy down then. So once again, we might go before D'Artagnan even gets a turn. I think I said that wrong. We finished the fight before D'Artagnan got to do anything. I return the keepsake to Rumbled and Little Seasight in the shipyard district. Let's go and heal her up as well. There we go. Oh yeah, I didn't check and see what that dress does. It's a beautiful white dress that was once worn on the happiest day of one's life. It is strange then to find it worn on the battlefield, where for unknown reasons, it remains unstained. Restores 10% of maximum health when an albedo stack is applied to you. Who is that? Would that be best on anybody? Why is the duelist attire better than something that gives her more marksmanship? It gives a lot of skill. I mean, would Martin be able to wear it? Looking good, Martin. Looking good. I mean, 40% skill with the duelist attire. It doesn't seem that good, the wedding dress. Alright, back to the Commoner District, because the Shipyard District doesn't have a well for whatever reason. I mean, not like it's a long run back. So we just go this way, take a left, skirt along the shoreline, and we'll be there in no time. There's usually a group of enemies standing on his little island. Yep. Some delirious cultists. I think I found a new type of enemy off camera as well. I have to look at the bestiary and see if it was. Yeah, it's good. End your turn. Don't need to do anything fancy. I didn't get a heal off of that.
Just pass it underneath the door. I am still too weak to come outside, but the waters have reawakened some of my spirit. Far is it from me to be selfish. Whatever drives your raid, I have no desire to keep you all to myself. Even indoors, many rumors reach my ears. Rumors of disappearances near the waters that flow through Grunt. One such source of these rumors lives not too far from here, at the harbor. You've aided me plenty. Perhaps others could use your services as well.
Ask a civilian in the beer house docks in the harbor district about the disappearances. Alright. I should have read what the keepsake was. So a trowel, a simple gardening tool handed to you by a friendly monk. Digging soil with it reminds one of more pleasant days, when no fog was present to block out the bountiful sunlight. Gardening provided not only a nice distraction, or nice distractions, but plenty of alchemical components to work with. The fleshy membrane, a scrap of flesh buried deep in the earth. Most of the surrounding edges have decomposed, leaving only a small patch of smelly, ghastly-looking substance. I think there's other things we haven't read yet. Alright. To the Harbor District. Didn't think this side quest was going to turn into another one of these back and forth fetch quests, but looks like it just might. I was hoping that the tulips would have been the only quest like that. Well, I guess in the Wedding in White, that one was also kind of lengthy. At least now I have a mode of fast travel. Though it does not help me between the harbor and shipyard districts because they don't have wells. I don't think the harbor or the I don't think the harbor district does. Don't know where Beer House Docks to the north.
Gilded Claw. Oh, you're a godsend. My partner disappeared. It couldn't have been the cult. I was with her. She was fishing for food while I kept watch. I heard no sound, nobody approach. Then a scream and a splash sounded from behind me, and I turned around to see the water disturbed. At first I thought she fell in the water, but she can swim. I know she can. She couldn't have drowned. Nothing resurfaced, no bubbles. Oh dear. Something must have dragged her below the surface. I don't know anything about aquatic creatures, but an old friend at the shipyard does. Could you seek him out, question him about this thing? It could be the key to finding her.
I was just in the shipyard district. Come on, game. Like, this is just senseless busy work. I mean, realistically, something like this would probably happen, but if you're designing a game, you can convenience the player a little bit. Near Little Seasight, which is the same place. Little Seasight is where that guy was, where you started this quest for when we first got the water for him. So we actually have to run back to where we started the quest at, and where we just turned in the last portion of this quest.
So the Gilded Claws crossing the bridge, eh? What brings you to this dump? You seek my knowledge about aquatic fiends? Michelle must have sent you. Says his wife was dragged into the water? Knackers. She is done for, I'm afraid. I trust you're familiar with these creatures? Old tales tell of black dogs that drag victims into the waters, luring them closer with a gaze before making their move. Whatever is in this fog, it seems to make those tales become a reality. Recent stories tell of people in the slums dealing with a particularly nasty one. That was before the fog was created. You could always check there, see if anyone is still alive who remembers.
Alright, back to the slums district. Luckily that's where we need to go for the main quest as well, so we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Until the Down the Well quest sends us back to the shipyard district to speak to another NPC. Oh yeah, the passive for the Flamberge is parrying stance, so perform a counterattack when attacked from the front, reduces damage from the front by an additional 10%. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good little ability. So I'll probably just have my main character, instead of going the commander route like I was initially planning, I'll just keep him as a Doppelsodner for the rest of the game, because I really like the style and design of it. The big swords, does a lot of damage, wears heavy armor. Even though the heavy armor is more of a hindrance than anything. Confirm with the contact in the slums district. Where at in the slums district? It could be in the fishing pond, it could be in the drunken docks. I have no idea. We'll head towards the drunken docks first and see if the contact is there. And then we'll go to the fishing pond, which is where we first fought those creatures anyway. But we'll start next to the larger body of water. I don't see anyone here, so he's probably at the fishing pond. Alright, screw it. Let's pick a fight. Oh, he has nowhere to go but forward. So he is trapped as far as I'm concerned. Let's go take out this dog. Even against not heavily armored targets, that attack still does just a ton of damage. Let's heal up Ennius a little bit because he's at about 50% health. Yeah, this is going to take a long time to level up considering how often my character goes compared to everybody else's. Everybody else, not else's. I'm the only one playing the game. They're technically all my characters. My fishing pond is still to the west, so I'm hoping he's over here somewhere. Yeah, this guy.
Travelers coming to visit the slums. How very exciting. What you want then, mate? Tales of the big necker that terrorized these parts. Ah, yes. The memories are still as fresh as ever. Such events are not easily forgotten. Little girl was found dead one morning, torn to shreds. Ghastly scene, blood everywhere. Looked like she tried to fend off whatever killed her with a towel, to no avail. We looked everywhere for tracks, suspecting some water devil like a necker. Turned out it was something much worse. My wife Hannah was part of the search party along with some oddball called Rombout. Bastard must have fancied her, kept smiling at her. That's when she noticed the threads between his teeth, and how they matched the towel the girl was found with. She pulled her pistol without a second thought, blasted the monster right in the chest, changed immediately, in the shape of a necker, yet different. Blazing red eyes, ones I can never erase from my mind. To be safe, we decided to skin the beast and bury the body separated from the skin, far apart. No sooner did we make the last cut, a cloud of smoke erupted from the corpse and flew into the distance. Some things possess an immortal soul, and it is wise to keep it separated from a working body.
Confront the demon in the house at Little Seasight in the shipyard district. Alright, back to Little Seasight. So I guess the guy that wanted the water. Oh! So the guy we were helping from the get-go, he's the monster. Alright, well that's a nice little twist. That explains why he wanted the water from the slums district, because that's where he lived as the necker. I forgot where the... Oh, here it is. I may as well talk to this guy while we're here.
You've got some nerve returning here. Respect. But respect won't keep you alive. If you insist on meddling and compromising the lives of the survivors here, I'm afraid a lot of crossbow boats will be headed your direction. Tell me, what proof do you have that you could survive whatever guards that brewery? Christian and Piers, pawns of the fog and the cult. And you're telling me you bested them? And we tried to reach more people in the central districts. Only one survivor returned and spoke of a giant butchering his entire squad. That creature was Piers? If that's true, then I need to know how much Johann told you. It's true that Anthony was the one who decided to open that brewery on the island. It's remote, secure, but most importantly, gave people here a purpose. Our folks shipped ingredients to the brewery, maintained the fog, and ensured the safety of the entire city that way. For once in our damn lives, we were more than just beggars. We got enough to pay slowly to crawl out of the dump. Things were finally starting to look up. Then we noticed our antidote deliveries were becoming irregular. Pandemonium broke out and we were stuck. No gate nearby to flee through. Not enough antidote to last a trip by water. The smart ones hid in the tunnels, gaining some shelter from the fog. Everyone else either succumbed or was slaughtered by their fellow man gone mad. And yet in the distance, a few of us saw Anthony, spear in hand on dinghy, making his way to the brewery. Said he was going to try and stop the source. Needless to say, he didn't make it. Or at least he didn't make it back. If what you say is true, and the fog had such an effect on Piers and Christian, I don't want to imagine what happened to him after being so close to the source after all this time. All right then. I have a simple request for you. Release Anthony from his torment. The only man who had faith in us is probably protecting the very thing that causes followers so much pain. Ian, the man who followed you here, says he spotted a high-ranking cultist and some bodyguards at the graveyard district. Describe the guards as inhuman, whatever that means. Saw them carrying a supply package. Take them out and bring the package to me. We'll need it. Meanwhile, I'll talk with Johan and have Ian set up transport to the brewery. He's one of the remaining people that remembers how to find the island.
Alright. So that's probably how we get a unique spears from Anthony at the brewery. I'm going to call the episode here. Off camera, I'm going to go back to the shipyard district. And we'll confront the demon at Little Seasight in the next one. And then we'll continue the main story if the side quest doesn't continue. It doesn't drag out anymore. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.